What's up, y'all? My name is Prince and I am an urban acolyte. And on this video, I want to talk about the Ip Man 4 movie that is rumored to begin production sometime next year in 2018. Now, this may come as a surprise to some of you if you don't really follow what's going on with Chinese martial arts cinema, but Donnie Yen actually announced that Ip Man 4 would be coming back in September when he announced that director Wilson Yip would also be returning to direct the fourth installment in the series on the late Wing Chun Grandmaster. Now, at the time of the announcement, Donnie Yen was promoting Star Wars Rogue One, and he was also finishing up his work on XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. Now, I'm also reading online from Deadline.com that Donnie Yen is also working with Neal Moritz, who's the producer of the Fast and Furious movies, to bring the video game Sleeping Dogs to the big screen, with Donnie Yen playing the main character. Now, it sounds like he'll be playing a character similar to the detectives that he's played in previous films like Flashpoint and Shopalang, or Killzone is the name of the American version. So check those films out if you only know of Donnie Yen from the Ip Man movies. You'll really love them. Now, right now, we don't know any details on the Ip Man 4 movie, and it could possibly include Ip Man working with Bruce Lee as a teenager before Bruce left Hong Kong and returned to the United States due to Bruce's involvement in street fights and possibly getting into some trouble with the triads. Now, I don't really see what else the movie can cover from Ip Man's life, and this raises a question. Is the Hong Kong movie industry trying to capitalize on the popularity of the Ip Man films and on Donnie Yen's popularity right now? Donnie Yen is coming off of Star Wars Rogue One, where he's become an extremely popular character in a short amount of time. Donnie Yen literally stole the show in Xander Cage as well. I wanted to see more of Donnie Yen than Vin Diesel, even when I thought that Donnie Yen was still going to be the villain of the film. And on top of all of that, Donnie Yen is probably the biggest actor in China right now. I'm sure he's probably the highest earning actor in China. Again, I just feel like this could be a cash grab to crank out at least one more Ip Man film. And I don't feel like there's really anything left to cover from Ip Man's life. There have been so many Ip Man movies. Not just the Wilson Yip, Donnie Yen movies, but there's also Young Ip Man, where he goes to Hong Kong to train with his kung fu uncle before he returns to Foshan. There's the Old Ip Man movie, where we see him older and living in his Hong Kong apartment. And then there's that artsy Ip Man movie, where he has the kung fu romance with the Bagua master played by Zhang Ziyi of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fame. Now, like I've said, I really don't see what stories are left to tell other than showing Bruce Lee training with Ip Man. And I think we saw that at the conclusion of the third film. My thing is this. Marketing Bruce Lee can backfire. Bruce Lee's brother Robert put out a film called Bruce Lee, My Brother, and that was actually a really good film, but I'd be surprised if many of you have even heard of it. Unless you're a die-hard Bruce Lee fan or a Jeet Kune Do student, which would pretty much make you a hardcore Bruce Lee fan. There's also this movie marketed as a Bruce Lee biopic called Birth of the Dragon, which has received a lot of harsh criticism, even though only a small number of people have actually even seen the movie. But Bruce Lee's own daughter, Shannon Lee, has distanced herself in a statement and the Bruce Lee estate from that film. And that movie is supposed to come out later, and I think the WWE's movie division called Blumhouse Tilt is bringing it to the big screens, but I haven't been able to find a date on that yet. But I'm planning to see it, and I'll probably review it here if you guys want me to. Anyway, my point is, I'm not really sure where they can go with this new Ip Man movie. If you're not a student of Ip Man's Wing Chun lineage, or you aren't some kind of martial arts geek like me, a lot of the stuff that made the first Ip Man movie so awesome, it might be lost on you. There's this book called Portrait of a Master by Ip Ching, who is Ip Man's youngest son, and that book has all kinds of anecdotes about the life of Ip Man. Well, in that first Ip Man movie, you see some of those stories in the movie, which is what makes it awesome. Like when Ip Man breaks the officer's revolver with his fingers. That story is actually in that book, Portrait of a Master. The second movie upped the ante with the fights, but each movie became a little bit more fictionalized until you resulted in that third Ip Man movie where Ip Man fights Mike Tyson. And that was sort of the same final act we saw in the second movie where Ip Man also squared off with a boxer from the West. But either way, if there is gonna be a fourth Ip Man movie, I'll watch it even though I don't have good feelings as far as where this franchise can go. I would have been fine if they'd stopped after the sequel, but I'm always up up for seeing Donnie Yen in that long Mandarin coat doing some Wing Chun. But I'd like to hear from all of you. What would you like to see in Ip Man 4? Would you like to see Ip Man training his students like Bruce Lee, William Chung, Ho Kam Ming, Chu Sheng Din, and Wang Sheng Lung? And I think Wang Sheng Lung was actually introduced in the second movie, I think. But I'm kind of getting carried away and geeking out. So yeah, what would you all like to see in the next Ip Man movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Start the process towards becoming a real-world superhero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. I'm still working on my video about the possible Matrix reboot, and depending on when I get this video posted, my next video might actually be my non-spoiler review for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. For those interested in more martial arts videos, I still have to do a recap from World Tai Chi and Qigong Day last Saturday, but I might not get that video out until this weekend. I've also got a lot of reading to get caught up on as I'm trying to finish Thrawn, Guardians of the Wills, and start the Jyn Erso novel, Rebel Rising, in addition to this American Gods book. And I'm considering covering that series, so if you guys are interested in my thoughts on that show, American Gods, let me know because I'll need to order a package from Stars to start watching it. But anyway, while y'all wait on my next video to post, you can click here to see my videos on the lightsaber theory involving Rey and her heritage, or you can click here to see my video on Chirrut Imwe and the Guardians of the Wills training. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you. Always.